Hello, folks, and welcome back to Aviassembly. Last time, we finally made it to the desert in this beast hunk of an airplane. I love this thing so much. It's a hot mess, but it's my hot mess, and I'm proud of it. So let's go ahead and go to our research here and just see what we need to do. We have 15 scrap, and we still have a lot of resistors or electricity stuff available to us. Like we have this rocket engine, which has crazy thrust and crazy fuel consumption. That's not going to happen. I would like to get this turbofan because I want to get to this electric engine and then this big electric engine. You can see it doesn't weigh much. It has tons of thrust. Not anywhere near this guy, but I don't know. Just something engaging about that we could, because if I take a look farther down here, I was investigating this the other day. Take a look down here. We get air turbines, which is going to generate electricity. We have solar panels, which are going to generate electricity and don't weigh anything. And then we have batteries that are able to store up power, which means if I think this is correct, these guys, that's generating, this is going to use electricity, but we could theoretically use these engines here to generate electricity and then have this one use up stuff, and we could fly for longer. Or I don't know if you can shut down individual engines or not. I think there's a lot of possibilities out there for this. I would like to get this Delta Wing as well, but we are really moving through our research here. I don't want to do any of this stuff because that doesn't seem necessary to me. But I do want to get this, also this heavy retractable wheel. This one only does 25. This one does 50. So I'd like to get that as well. But that's all stuff we need to take a look at. And then it says we should edit our plane. I don't know why, but let's take a look and see. I think we're good on anything, everything, quite honestly. There's nothing in here that's super interesting to me. I just love that we have jet engines now, and we have this other one. Oh my goodness, that's so much. 3,500. Yikes. And then we don't. I wish they would tell you how much they cost when you like not the price of purchase, but gave you the cost of what it would be if you were to put it on the plane itself. Like this fuel tank, 800. Like I would love to put another fuel tank on there, but we just can't right now. And we're at 301 for the cargo, so I'm okay with that. I think we're okay. Eventually, I'd like to lengthen this plane a little bit more and then kind of taper out the end of it, but that's a future problem for future us. Right now, we take a look at the map here. We need to get all the way out here. So we're going to click a waypoint out there. It's not terribly far away, so let's go ahead and get rolling here. And we're already airborne, and we're just going to stay at full power, I think. Oop, there's another airport right there. So I'm going to try to identify some of the other spaces on here. See, like we haven't unlocked. We're going to fly over this one, and hopefully it will just give us a little map point there. There we go. All right, so we have that one, which we're going to have to fly to eventually. And we're just going to continue our flight out here and hopefully find something good. I'm going to go over this one as well because, again, I don't know what these are. That's water storage. There's scrap. There we go. There's only 5 scrap, but that's worth it. And the other thing that we do when we fly over these, there's going to be some type of quarry or area there with some of the stuff in this game is so random. I think it's hilarious, but it's super random. So we have a mine there. All right. We're roughly halfway through our fuel, but this plane's pretty energy efficient, or fuel efficient, should I say. See the explosion area here. But it's pretty energy efficient, fuel efficient. My goodness, I really want those electric engines. But we're pretty fuel efficient plane when we don't have anything that we're carrying. So we're going to drop the gear down here. We are slowly slowing down. And we're going to come in for a landing here. We can see that we have this giant exploded tower, which is a problem last I checked. We're going to go in and take a look there and see exactly what we can do. So the reactor exploded. We need your immediate help. What do you need? Also, deliver water. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to click on that. We need to deliver 4 syringes. They are far over there. Okay. And then we have water treatment plant. Okay. What do they have? Oh, radioactive waste. Fantastic. That's exactly what we should have planes carrying, correct? No, is the answer to that. If you had any question on it, we do not want planes carrying radioactive waste. We're going to go over, I think I'm going to go over this guy because we don't know what's on that part of the map. Looks like it's some type of another power generation station, maybe? It's an advanced factory. That's better than a simple factory. So we're going to keep flying out here. We're going to go over and pick up our syringes. And then we're going to go pick up water, which I got to imagine is going to be super heavy. But we'll do that, and then we'll figure out what we need to do from there. But I am enjoying trying to uncover more of the maps here. And I don't know if the desert is the last area that we need to explore, because the map obviously shows much more. But this game is still early on, so I got to imagine that there's going to be more worlds added in time. But again, I don't know that to be the case at all. I'm just assuming, and you know what assuming does. We're going to grab that scrap, hit the power a little bit, and then we'll dial it back as we come in for a nice landing, trying to avoid the cactus. There we go. High level of radiation, people are getting sick. We're producing antidote, but we don't need the resources. Okay, yeah, I know. All right, let me refuel, load up the cargo. They needed 5 of these, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna take a couple extras just because, oh crap, we gotta go. I didn't realize there's a time limit on these. That might be a problem. Oh god, oh god, oh god. There's 0 chance we're gonna get these things to that spot in that time frame. Just absolutely 0. The plane is flying, it's doing its thing, but we got no shot. We're already about a quarter of the time left, and we're at 7 grid. So one thing I can do is rearrange the plane so it is set up a little better. But yeah, that's going to be a problem for us. Let's go down to the water area here and see if we can get to that. And maybe we can at least get part of that mission accomplished and see what we have with that. And I already have that. That's the mine. Okay. And I'm using full fuel. I'm going full out with this. You can see we're not the fastest plane in the world, but we are at least being able to carry that stuff. I'm going to drop us down here. And we'll make a nice smooth landing, hopefully. All right. So I'm going to reset at this airport. Our goal is to get up to there. I'll load some cargo up, and let's just double check. What do they need? 50 water. How much does water take? That sounds excessive. So I'm just going to try to max this stuff out. We can take 30, so it's only 2 flights actually, but I don't know how good of a job we're going to do flying this. Oops. I put the gear in too early. Let's split these trees. Yes. Gear in. And hopefully we'll be able to make it no problem over to this grid spot here. We are barely in the air though. Our speed is about 100. And we're trying to make altitude, but this plane really wants to dip down. So I think what's going to eventually happen here is we're going to get one of those rocket engines or something else to be able to finish this mission. But I don't know if that's going to happen in today's episode or not, because we need to make a lot of money for that to take place. But in the meantime, at least, we can complete some other missions and see what they have. Now, this game does get, I'm going to be fair, it gets a little repetitive you go to a place, you land, you solve a problem, they ask for more problems, you go solve that problem, they ask for more problems, and you kind of repeat that. But it's legitimately fun to try to solve the problems and see how the different approaches may or may not work for you when you're going through all this. So we're going to put those on. We got the water. We got a lot of money for that. Still need 20 more water. So we will fly back once we get our money there. We'll refuel, and we're going to set that back out to the water area and full gas or full throttle, and we are airborne. I like this plane can get airborne at like 60 miles an hour. It's kind of wild. So we pulled our gear in. I'm just going to slowly start increasing our height here, or altitude. And the syringes just are not going to happen right now. That's just not going to be a thing that we can do at our current time here. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. I wanted to go to the waypoint, not to the medical thing. Okay, no big deal. At least we have no real need to keep our fuel consumption in check right now, because fuel consumption also doesn't matter. Or should I say, the price of fuel doesn't matter. We don't have to pay for our fuel. That would be a big bummer if we had to pay for fuel too on top of all this. But let's go ahead and start slowing this plane down, because we are booking it. We're over 200. We're at like 250, 270 there. And that's going to make it hard to land. See, we're coming in. I'm not going to worry about any of that. I'm going to reset at the airport. We're going to load up 20 more water. We'll fly that over, and then we'll find another problem to solve. All right, and 20 short clicks later, we are ready to roll, and we'll see what we can do here. So I'm going to wait till we generate just a little bit more lift, which we have done. I guess I should have probably done 25 and 25 to maximize our plane's effort there, but whatever, we're okay. And we're going to burn up some fuel getting there, but that's, again, not a big deal. I'm wondering if we're going to have to become a big cargo plane at some point. The other thing I could do to get the syringes is I could slap this whole together on a plane that is going to have a crazy amount of power, and I could put these two engines on a plane that's much smaller and carry the medicine. That might not be a bad approach. I don't know if that's going to be the best approach or not, but maybe we'll try redesigning and see if we can do that, because we know at least we can rebuild this plane without any real problems. It's a little stubby, but I like it. Let's go ahead and try, after we land here, we're going to try to make just an obscenely fast plane, and we'll see if that works or not. I don't know if it will or not, but I want to try. And I tell you, I'm a master of landing all this stuff. All right. So we got all of the water delivered, and they paid out big time for that. All right, let's go back to our base, and we need to design a new plane here. And we're just going to delete the whole thing. Delete that as well. I don't think we're going to need a lot of cargo for this, so I'm going to try to keep this thing pretty tight. And then, let's see here. So I'll click on that. Bring that down to a point there. All right. Let's take a look at our wings. Let's see. See, I want to get the lightest with decent lift. Like, these guys have tons of lift, which is great, but we don't need that. I need the delta wings, I think. Or do I want to do the small ones? Let's do the small ones here. Nope, let me turn on mirror real fast. That's why I was like freaking out there for a second. I couldn't figure out what was going on. So we got that. Tail wings like that. And then we're going to throw on just a monster engine. Ooh. Do we dare? I think we're going to do this. Put those real close to the... Yep, I'm good with that. I mean, I know they're a little off kilter, but it doesn't seem to really matter. We'll put on our retractable landing gear. One up in the nose. I set over there again. I'm trying to, let's see. The weight limit is the same. Let me delete that. These wings are going to need to come down a bit. Still can't see through them there. All right. This plane looks ridiculous and I love it. All right, I'm hoping that this thing is just an absolute rocket ship, but we have to throw more fuel on this plane. I already know that that's going to be a big problem for us. So fuel is 8. Now Now it's 12. Let's go fly. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to move some things back. So let's go edit the plane. All right, now let's go fly. Let me just check the center of gravity again here. There we go. All right. So we're going to power up here. We are airborne. Oh my goodness. This might actually work. This thing is a rocket ship. We're at 500, 600. Landing is actually going to be the biggest problem for us. This plane's going so fast. Like, I have no power on right now. We are gaining altitude and losing speed, but that's fine. We'll bring it around. And we got to remember that we have to practice doing a soft landing on this. So this is going to be our hopefully one and only attempt at doing a landing on this plane before we have fragile cargo on board. All right, let's go ahead and reset at this airport. Hopefully it'll face us towards the island. Fantastic. And how many of these do we need? We need 4 syringes. No, they weigh... Okay. So we're going to have to do this trip twice. I didn't build in enough space with this, but I think that's okay. I'm going to have to pull back the throttle here, even though I don't want to. I have to, just because we are rapidly approaching this thing. And I need to be able to land without destroying all of the cargo. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Come on, land, 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 land. Alright, we'll bring the gear back up and we're just going to go back again. I think we built a plane that's too powerful. But I'm encouraged by the amount of fuel that we have on board right now, that we can get there and theoretically back. I know we're not carrying cargo at this point, but we should be able to do both things without really much problem. And this plane is just highly uncontrollable. It's right on the edge of not being able to work. So we're gonna hit the gas, go. We are up. And we're gonna keep this nice and low, I think. I'm already gonna cut the power because we're over 500. I'm gonna throw the gear out. Because we very badly need to slow down. And we're already, there's no chance we're making this. Goodness. Okay, let me reset at the airport. Actually, let's go back. No, we need the plane to go that fast. Let's go back to the base to edit the plane, because I think there's, if we go to research, if I'm remembering correctly, what are one of these? Air brake parachute and a small balloon. What does this balloon do? Okay, but parachute, we can unlock that for sure. And then we complete the rest of the fuel tanks. At least we got a much more aerodynamic one. So let's go ahead and edit the plane. I'm going to delete this and that. All right, that's fine. Let's go into our extras. This fuel tank has 3 fuel. This one has 4 fuel, but it weighs way less. And should be much more aerodynamic as well. So throw those on there. Oof, they're expensive. And the air brake parachutes. Okay. Look at this thing, man. It is a rocket ship. I love it. Oh, let's go fly. I don't know how to activate the air brake thing. I'm assuming it does it on its own when we cut out some stuff. But we'll find out, I guess. Oh, okay, so when I hold that, we can slow it down. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. I approve of that. So when you kill throttle and hit control, it will throw it out even if you're in flight. So we'll be able to slow this plane down massively when we need to. At least in theory, we should. But I mean, this thing generates so much lift that it wants to go. Oh, the air brake does not work when you're actually on the ground. So you have to do it while you're in the air. It's going to reset at the airport. Load up. 1, 2, go, go, go. And I'm going to keep this fuel or throttle maxed until we get to Route 4. Yeah, we're going too fast. Gotta slow this thing down massively. All right, let's see. Can we come in for a nice landing? We had it. Okay, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. All right, let's go ahead, reset at the airport. I'm going to try this one more time, and then we're going to find a different one. Wow, I didn't even have to get airborne or hit up. Like, I didn't have to pull back on the yoke at all. I just was able to get airborne just as is. So this plane has a little too much lift, but that's okay. So we're going to hopefully be able to drop down here and slow this baby way down. See, we're still generating lift at like 80-ish miles an hour. So that's a little bit concerning. But I think... Let's go. We're already airborne. I didn't have to do anything. Now I can start cutting throttle. And we're in good shape right now. We got a time limit that we're worried about, but we have to get on the ground first. We broke one and it expired. Awesome. This plane is just too much. All right, let's try a different mission because that's too much. We know the water treatment one needs chemicals. It needs 3 chemicals. And I believe, where are the chemicals at? So they're all the way over there at the Advanced Research Station. So we need chips there. So we're going to go over here and we're going to pick up the chips. I don't know. I don't know how heavy they are, but let's go ahead and reset at the airport here. We'll take off, find our chips. So we're going to go right there. And my throttle is off right now. This plane is an absolute rocket ship. Okay, so they don't have what they need either. Awesome. All right, so we're gonna go get the chemical station or chemical stuff. This is the same one that the medicine's at. And we just have a different customer this time. It's the water treatment facility. So we need to pick up 3 chemicals if I'm remembering properly. Slow this bad boy down. We'll reset at this base, and I don't know how much chemicals weigh. They're fragile. They have a time limit too? Good God. All right, let's go. This one's going to be the death of me because I am not good at, one, I'm not good at landing, but also these time limits are really short and you have to get your plane up to speed very quickly and just hope and pray that you can do all the things that you want to do. So I'm going to kill this one here. All right, we got to come around. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Yep, the chemicals are going to expire there. All right, so we're going to need to reset at the base here. This plane is, it's a little too much. So we're gonna have to, I think we're gonna change how this is set up. So I want to disconnect that and move that stuff back there. We're gonna add on another set of this. Then we'll reattach that in there. This, okay. Okay, it's looking a little bit more like a plane now. It's not the best, but I'm hoping that it's a little more stable for us. And I also am going to put a traditional tail wing in there. There we go. We can even throw some canards on. Why not? All right, let's go ahead and paint our plane because I forgot to do that last time. Look at our beautiful plane. All right, so I'm gonna try this one more time. I want this explosion site. I want to just knock that out. It's 50. If we take a look, it's 50 scrap. So it's like a seriously good deal for us. This bad boy should still be a rocket. Just not quite as much. And I'm hoping that it's a little bit more controllable than the last plane. So right now I have no throttle on. We're just slowing down naturally. And now I can throw more throttle in and speed up and slow down. And this one flies much better. It feels more stable flying it. It's not as jerky and it's a little more sluggish, but it feels better. All right, so let's reset at this airport. We're going to try to do this medicine thing one more time. We need 4 of them, and we don't have enough to fit all 4. I'll take 3. Go, go, go. Because I'm assuming I'm going to break 1 or 2 of these, so we're just going to plan for me being an idiot, because I generally am an idiot. So we need to just make sure we plan for that. All right, we're going to have to kill our speed significantly here. Still going far too fast. No, I was there. I did it. I did it. All right. This plane does work, though. This one is better. Actually, let me go back to the base. I should edit this so it can fit the 120. So I can take all 4 at one shot. So that's going to be the next goal here, is to try to do something like that. Yeah, I like that. It's like kind of Swiss looking. I'm cool with it. And we have 130 as our capacity. Let's go fly. Takeoff speed is not quite what it was before. But I also want to see what we can get this plane up to. The thing with this plane is it generates so much lift that I am just ascending right now. I'm not doing anything. All I did was point the plane where I wanted it to go. And it was jumping up there really fast. So we'll throw in our air brakes. And we'll come in for a nice landing. We'll recenter on here. And we're going to load up all 4 of these. And gas, gas, gas. We're up in the air. We are flying. This beautiful plane. With all the cargo on board, it's a lot more sluggish than what it was before. But now I'm going to kill the throttle. We'll put the gear out. You can already see the smoke in the background, which is kind of our spot to make sure we get everything in there. And we're going to expire here because I killed the throttle too early. All right. No biggie. Let's go ahead and reset at that place, and we're going to go to a different spot. I kind of want to explore some of these other missions, so I'm going to set a spot to go over there. which is just a hop, skip, and a jump away from us. And I got to imagine we got to deliver materials from this spot. So click on that. Yeah. And I'm hoping that there's not stuff that needs like 300 plus. That'd be crazy, but I guess we can modify our plane to fit what we need here. You see, this plane is not flying super fast, and we are golden there. Like, I love it. Yeah, what do you guys need? I can always help. Just what do you need? You need water, syringes, and fish. I don't even know where fish is at. Please tell me I don't have to come from all the way over there. That would be ridiculous. Because fish have a time limit on them. All right, what are we picking up here? We need 3 titanium. All right, so let's go ahead and reset at this airport. I have no idea how much titanium weighs in this game, so that should be a fun thing to find out. We can't even fit it. Awesome. This is super good. All right, let's see if we do that. We're just going to go get some water. So we know we can do that at a minimum. Gear out. Already killed our throttle entirely. I just want to do one mission. And, like, do it properly. Ooh, that was a nice landing. Did you see that? That was beautiful. All right, how much water do we need to deliver to these guys? They need only 15. Okay. Which we can't get all of. We'll deliver 5, and then we'll go back and get another 5 here in a sec. Look at us. Beautiful, beautiful plane. Set this down. Runways are optional. So I'll set that down. Reverse. Yep, I know. And this plane is just so powerful. We don't have to do anything to get it up in the air. It's wild. Like, I'm going to make this trip a couple times and I won't have to do anything with fuel at all. I'm going to reset here because it points me in the right way, but I don't need to do anything special with that. Oh yeah, look at us. Look at us. We're beautiful. I love it. All right, let's reset here. We need 5 more water and we have that one done. And then we could try the chemical one, I guess. I'm not even going to put the gear in. There's no reason to. For such a short flight. All right, we got the water. Got that. Now we have to go get syringes. Which is out that way. All right, it's a little shorter than our other one, so maybe we can get there. I just want to see if we can, you know, accomplish something. That would be really nice if we can do that at a minimum. And we got to slow way the heck down. We're moving far too quickly. So let's reset at the airport. I forget, how many syringes do we need? Let's see, give me the number. Why do I have to sit there and do this? I want to just know the number. We need 3 syringes. All right, we're going to go. All right, we're going to just come in here, hit that air brake. No, they expired just... No. Okay, we know we can do that at least. What do you need? Titanium, chemicals, water. You need titanium, ice. Good God. We don't know what you need at waste storage, and you... need 3 chemicals. Okay. I think that's going to wrap us up here for today. I love this plane. It's quite lovely. It's unbelievably powerful, and I need to figure out a better way to harness its power. But that's going to be a future us problem. So, folks, thanks again for joining me. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you next time. Let me also know what suggestions you have, because I'm doing something wrong and I need to figure out what it is, but I don't know what it is yet. So help me out, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.